Hello, dear students. Welcome to the session and welcome to my newly launched EdTech startup and Thrive the Learning app. In this session, I am going to start basic electrical engineering. This subject is common to all the branches, and even if you are diploma student, your syllabus is also similar to the syllabus of BTech students. Yes, the syllabus may slightly vary with the different universities, but don't worry, here I am going to take a common syllabus that will be almost common to all the university students. So let's start the session. So before starting the session, here is a small introduction about me. Myself, Mayank Kumar. I have the teaching experience of 4 years and the industrial experience of 1 year. I have worked in one of the renowned PSU under Government of India, that is Energy Efficiency Services Limited, EESL. I have done masters from NIT Patna in electrical engineering. I have qualified GATE 8 number of times and cleared public sector undertaking exam. I have mentored more than 10,000 students. My areas of expertise are network theory, power electronics, power systems, electrical machines, and control systems. So let's begin the session. So let's have the introduction to electrical engineering. So if you hear the term electrical engineering, what do you think? The first thing that comes in your mind is bulb that you can see here on the screen. Now, how bulb glows? For electric bulb, what do you need? You need electrical supply. You need electric supply. That means electric voltage and electric current. What happens? You switch on the supply and you can see how bulb glows, and then you people can see each and everybody in night also because bulb is glowing. Okay. So let us see how this bulb and all the devices operates. So here is a discussion about electrical engineering. First, let us define electrical engineering, because if you try to start something from very basic, then you first define the particular subject, particular branch, then you can proceed further. So, what is electrical engineering? It is the branch of engineering that deals with the study, design, and use of devices and systems that takes advantage of electricity and electromagnetism. That means it deals such kind of devices that takes advantage of electricity and electromagnetism. So now these two words are very important for you. What is electricity and what is electromagnetism? Because in electrical engineering you are going to study and design all those devices which is taking the advantage of electricity and electromagnetism. So let's see what is electricity. If you define electricity, simple, it is the phenomena caused due to motion of charged particles. Electricity is the phenomena which is caused due to motion of charged particles. What do you mean by motion of charged particle? Suppose you have a charged particle. Now what happens if charged particle is moving? If this charged particle is moving, then what will happen? There will be current in the path. There will be current in the path, and that current is nothing but electricity. That current is nothing but electricity, and with the help of that current only, all the devices, all the electrical devices and components are working. So now if somebody asks you to define electricity in single word, so what will you say? You can simply say electricity is the form of energy. Electricity is the form of energy. You have mechanical energy, thermal energy, wind energy, kinetic energy, nuclear energy, all the different energy sources. Similarly, from now onwards, you have electrical energy, or you can simply say you have electricity. And right now, electricity is the need of modern world. So when electricity was invented. Actually, many scientists were doing research on electricity, and the invention credit of electricity goes to Sir Benjamin Franklin in the year 1752. In the year 1752, it is being said that the credit goes to Benjamin Franklin for invention of electricity. Clear? So now let us see what is electromagnetism. What is electromagnetism? Let us see what is electromagnetism. You already know about magnet. You already know about magnet, and I think you have already played with magnet when you are a child. Okay, this is the magnet. It has two poles, north and south. So what happens? You know that if there is magnet, then there is magnetic field lines, and that originate from north pole and terminate at south pole. So you have magnetic field lines like this. This is magnet. Clear? Next, what happens? You have a wire. Now you start making the shape like this from a wire. You start making a shape like this one, like a coil from a wire. Now what happens? You connect a battery. You connect a battery. It has some voltage V. It will inject a current I in the coil. Now what will happen? You will observe that when the coil has current, when the coil has current like this, then there will be a magnetic field lines developed in the coil. There is magnetic field lines developed in the coil, and the magnetic field lines are similar to as obtained in magnet. So this is the magnetic field lines. So now what can you say? You can say that if you have a coil and if you connect it with a supply, if current flows, then the coil becomes magnet. That coil becomes magnet. So now if you try to keep some name of this magnet, so what will be the name of magnet? This magnetism property is induced because of electricity. So what can you say? Its name will be electromagnet. Its name will be electromagnet. This is your permanent magnet. This is called permanent magnet. Now your question will be, sir, if we already have a permanent magnet, then why we need electromagnet? I am telling you the advantage of electromagnet. Think about this magnet. This magnet has some magnetic field strength. Now tell me one thing. Can you change the magnetic field strength of this magnet? No. But yes, you can say that, sir, simply I'll take the magnet, I'll break into two parts, its magnetic strength will be changed. Yeah, don't do like that. Because if you are doing like that, na, again what will happen? Again, I'll tell you to regain, again uh, try to join those two magnets. So can you join? No. So what will happen? If you want to change the strength of magnet, so it is not possible here in the case of permanent magnet. But in the case of electromagnet, since you are knowing that electromagnetism phenomena is completely dependent on current, so if you can change the value of current, then automatically the strength of magnetic field will be changed. Hence, you can say that electromagnet has the advantage over permanent magnet, that in the case of electromagnet, the magnetic strength can be changed at any time. Clear? So now you have understood electricity and electromagnetism. So now the device which works on electricity and electromagnetism are called electrical devices, and the electrical engineers, they used to study, design, and they also study about the applications of those devices. Clear? So now let us discuss the syllabus of basic electrical engineering. So since all the universities have different syllabus, but yeah, you can say that 80% of the syllabus or more than 80% of syllabus is common for all the universities. So I have taken a common syllabus, and I hope that this syllabus will almost match with the syllabus of all the universities. Whether you are a BTech student or diploma student, the syllabus will be almost similar to your university syllabus. In the case if any change is there, and if you are attending my class, then if you let me know that sir, I have this much syllabus in my university, and if I don't discuss that parts, then if you tell me, then I can add those parts also in my contents. So let's see the syllabus. First one is introduction to electrical engineering and electric circuit elements. Here we'll discuss electric circuit elements. In electric circuit elements, you will have a battery. That means this battery will produce voltage or current. Then you will have resistance R, inductor L, capacitor C. Like these elements, we have to study in this unit. Second unit, basic laws and techniques of electric circuit. If you start discussing basic laws, so which law will come into your mind at first for electrical engineering? The very beautiful law is Ohm's law. The very beautiful law is Ohm's law. So we'll see what is Ohm's law, and addition to Ohm's law, we'll see Kirchhoff's current law, Kirchhoff's voltage law, and the techniques of electric circuits. Technique means how to find voltage and current in electrical circuits. For this technique, we'll discuss nodal analysis and mesh analysis. Third unit is DC network theorems. In addition to all these laws, you have some more network theorems, that is superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem. So we will study all these network theorems for DC circuit. Next one is analysis of AC circuit. Now what do you mean by AC and DC? In electrical engineering, you have two types of supply. One is DC, another one is AC. You have two types of supply. So what is DC? DC means, suppose somebody is saying DC current, it means it will have some fixed value. It will have some constant value. But if somebody is saying you AC, AC means you can see that the cycles are changing. The cycles are changing. Sometimes it is positive. Again, next half cycle it is negative. Clear? So there are two types of supply. So up to third unit we are doing DC analysis. In fourth unit we'll do AC analysis of circuits. Clear? Next, fifth unit is transformer. Transformer is a very basic element of electrical engineering. That's why it is being discussed in basic electrical engineering. And this is very interesting topic, so we can easily understand what is transformer. Next one is electrical machines. Now if I ask you, do you know any electrical machines? So you will say, yes sir, I know. Example, motors, generators. I think you have already seen these two devices, these two machines. Again, you have electric fan, you have electric fan. So you are already knowing about all these devices. So just we'll discuss some basic operating principle of these devices. Seventh unit is electrical installations. This part has been recently added to many universities. So here we'll discuss about some electrical installations like MCB which is being used at your home, and we'll also discuss some more switchgear devices. Next, unit 8. Unit 8 is power converters. Now, power converters, only few universities have the syllabus power converters in basic electrical engineering. For the example, Rajasthan University. In Rajasthan University, you will find this syllabus, that is power converters. So, I'll discuss power converters also, and if it is not in your syllabus, then you have no need to go through unit 8, but I'll discuss up to unit 8. And in addition to this, if you find any more topic that needs to be covered, so you can send me the message on app, and I can make the content for that part also. So now after knowing the syllabus, now what would you like to know? You would like to know which book you have to follow. So for basic electrical engineering, I am telling you the names of two books, two authors only. One is Electrical Technology by B.L. Thereja. You can see the image of this book. This is the book. It has two volumes, volume 1 and volume 2. So volume 1 is basic electrical engineering and volume 2 is electrical machines. So first buy volume 1, that is basic electrical engineering, and then if you are interested to read about electrical machines, then you can purchase volume 2. So this is best book. Second one is Electrical Engineering Fundamentals by Vincent Del Toro. This is also one of the best book of for basic electrical engineering. This is foreign author, and if you are interested to read the book of foreign author, then it is really very good book, Electrical Engineering Fundamentals by Vincent Del Toro. So this is all about introduction, syllabus discussion and reference books for basic electrical engineering. So I hope you really enjoyed the session. Now in next session we'll start with basic electrical elements, and first we'll see what is potential, what is current, what is voltage, what is power, then we'll see what is resistance. So I hope you enjoyed the session. So thank you again for attending the session.